What's up, you guys? Let's kind of go over today's session and what I'm looking at going into tomorrow. So, news on the schedule for tomorrow, we do have unemployment claims, and I think there is like some potential that we're like gonna attack Iran or something. So maybe just like keep an eye on the VIX. You just don't want to get caught with a news candle. Um, Kind of looking over the indexes, we do have a little bit divergence across the indexes. Let me turn off my extended hours really quick. So you can see we open with that gap down in Nasdaq and the S&P, and with that gap down, as we kind of move lower and the VIX is kind of rising, it does put downward pressure, selling pressure on dealers to hedge their short puts. So as we're like not able to kind of reclaim above kind of where that gamma flip zone is for the dealers, that does put some downside selling pressure on us. We go through a period of consolidation near the lows, followed by rotation higher. With the Dow, we kind of just looks like we do have a little bit of selling pressure above. Kind of open with that gap down, fill that gap, and as we kind of rotate back up into where this these wicks are, looks like there is still some selling pressure. We put in an excess high here, go back down low, and then a little bit of consolidation, move higher. Russell, kind of period of consolidation, balancing, followed by a rotation higher. So kind of what I'm looking at, what I'm doing is adding these lines to my charts, and these are kind of my premium and discount zones. So backing out into a higher time frame, we could see that Nasdaq is inside of a balance area still. So this is bracketed or range bound, and this is where it starts to get expensive, the top of the range starts to get cheap, the bottom of the range. Ideally, when it's a discount, you want to see people buying it, and if they're not buying it at a discount, that's like not good. So kind of what I'm going to do is see where we consider this positioning and kind of basically what I want to see price hold above realistically. Otherwise, we have a potential for some liquidation. So we are kind of, the range on this is getting tighter and tighter. We're having a hard time really breaking above the top of this range and filling this overhead gap above us. So, there's really not a ton to do until the market finds a direction. Because right now, nobody's winning, right? Buyers are not winning, sellers are not winning, nobody is winning right now. And we're just kind of playing this game of who throws in the white flag first. Are the buyers gonna throw in the flag, or the seller's gonna throw in the flag? And that's kind of what we're watching for as price rotates down into these discount and premium levels. So if we are approaching discount levels, you kind of want to see some sort of confirmation if you're going to chase shorts into this. You want to see some sort of confluence, because as we start to approach these discount zones, I am just cautious. The closer that we get to this zone, I am getting a little more cautious, maybe, tighter stops. Maybe I'm not opening trades, or maybe I'm taking smaller point targets, or just filtering my trades for better R trades. As we get up to the top, you can see we do keep selling off as we get up into this top. But there is an absence of a clean excess high being put in. So means we kind of haven't really gone high enough to clear out all those sellers. So we do have this potential for overhead supply above us. We're still inside of a higher time frame sequence, long. So, I mean, that's really all I kind of got. Line in the sand down here. I really don't want to see a lot of downward pressure, especially if I'm going to go long or want to see continuation higher below this. We do trade this 50% and that target is above. So we're kind of struggling to complete that sequence right now. Moving on to the S&P. So you can kind of just put it into perspective, see how this range has kind of changed and how we're like, this range is getting tighter and tighter. So if you were struggling this last month, just look at this right here. Look how tight that range is in November going into December. So I like kind of took some time off here, but you can see that a lot of people have been struggling after the summer, but you could see that we're just kind of moving up and up and up and up and up. And then we kind of are inside of this really big bracket right here. If you look at it, this one big bracket where price is struggling to break below or above. So we finally really break the top of that. But, you know, that's just kind of the importance of knowing like where we are inside a structure. So kind of taking a look at this, kind of where I'm putting my discount level is going to be I'll probably put it like right here. My premium level. Put it right here. We have an absence of excess high here in the S&P as well. Line in the sand. Ultimately, like right here. And then this is kind of like my uh-oh level, where the potential for liquidation starts to increase as downward pressure pushes us below, because you can see that we do have a period of consolidation here before that rotation higher. So if buyers are not able to kind of maintain above this level, then these positions carry the risk of, you know, becoming liquidated, and we could see some accelerated downside pressure. So that's kind of what I got for that. Looking at the Dow, backing out into higher time frame. Really nice sequence in the Dow. Looking like we put in an excess high here. So it's going to be my premium zone in the Dow. It's going to be my discount zone down here. Right now we are holding that 50% in the Dow. It does target it above here. The Russell backing out. Nice sequence